This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Freeform Friday, where we play some random video game. And today's game is one we have played before. It is Citadel Forged with Fire. I did a video on it about 2 years ago when it first hit early access. Today it has just hit its 1.0 release version, and this game has made leaps and bounds from what it was when I first showed it to you all. It has, like, everything that I said that was wrong with the game when I did the first video, when it first hit early access, has been changed. It's been fixed. The game loads super fast. I can run it in full epic everything without burning out my graphics card. It's highly optimized. Now, there's still some bugs here and there. I've still noticed a few things, and that's to be expected, but it's pretty well polished. So we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna start off. I'm just gonna join an official server, and I want to show you character creation and how that's changed from the previous video. And I'll link the previous video up here in the right-hand corner if you want to check out to see the difference of how much it's changed over the past 2 years. So I'm going to just join a random server. We'll do the character creation, and then I'm going to join my custom game, my single player, where I've been playing a little bit so I can just show you some of the more things than what you would see if I was just starting off fresh, because it is a little grindy to start with. Okay, so here we are in the character creation. Now, it leaves a little bit to be desired. It wasn't quite as in-depth as I was hoping it would be. It's a little bit there, but it's not, like, you can't really customize the face too much. So you got a few different options here. Here's your heads. Just swap through your different heads. You got different hair options. You can see those. You can't spin your character, which is kind of annoying. This is the view that you get. So I'm like clicking all the things. Can't spin the character. You get your different head sizes. You can, you know, adjust that on a slider. Neck, thickness of the neck, jaw size. So you do get like jaw size a little bit, but I was kind of disappointed in the lack of like head customization, because if you look here, you just go straight to colors. But body wise, you can do a good bit with the body. Just your face doesn't get a lot of customization. It's like Ark or Conan, but just a little less. So you can see you can really make some completely goofy looking people here. There we go. He's styling. And then you got a bunch of different colors. Now, I really like that they gave a very wide range of different colors. I mean, you don't have to be human colored. I mean, you can be green if you want, or blue, or pink, or they're about creativity, and you can tell that they're about, well, not so much as creativity, but just having fun, I should say, in the game. There's no real fall damage that I've noticed so far. You don't have to drink. Eating is for buffs. It's not one of those like hardcore, you have to eat and drink and all that stuff. So of course you got nail colors, which I thought was kind of funny. And then of course your different eye colors, and then you name your character and that's it. And then you create it. And then here's the female. So pretty much the same thing with the female. You can make them absolutely goofy looking if you want. I just wish they had a little bit more customization on the face than what they do, because it's just a few different options. So I'll go back to default and show you the default head options for female. That's it. So you can't really customize it beyond that. Body-wise, you can customize a lot on. Okay, so let's jump into the actual game, and I'll start to try to fill you in on as much stuff as I've found out so far, just to give you kind of a highlighted view of the game. So I'm going to start from the menu here, because I want to show you one thing I complained about when the game first released in the early access is the really long load time. So we're going to start with the custom game. So if you take a look here, we'll hit cancel. You go in the custom game, you have your initial settings here, but then you can hit advanced, and you got a lot of different stuff that you would expect in a game like this, similar to Ark and Conan Exiles. You can change your resource collection, you can change your structure decay, find magic, flying cost, all this other different stuff that you can tweak to armor modifier, character points modifier, and these have changed slightly. I had this set to exactly 2. This was set to exactly 2. And this, it's interesting that those changed to the just a little bit off. That was set to 4. I have everything ramped up so that I can just kind of explore the game and get an understanding of it as quickly as possible. You can also do things like unlimited resources, so you can just basically free build if you just want to free build, free flying. Inventory weight restrictions are just removed so you can carry unlimited stuff. Just a lot of cool little tweaks that you can make to it that you would expect. So here's the thing I want to show you. I really complained a lot about the load time. Watch this. So we're just going to hit continue. I'm going to let it go through the load time here. And there you go. We're in. Look how quick that was. That's insanely quick compared to, I mean, freaking what I'm used to with Conan and other games like that take 2 hours. I mean, we just popped right into it. Now, I will warn you, connecting to the server that I just connected to show you character creation was a little bit longer than what I expected. It was about twice as long as what that just took, so it's still pretty freaking quick. Okay, so there's a lot to cover, and I don't think I'm going to get to cover all of it, but I just want to kind of cover as much as possible to show you how much this game has changed, and I'm considering doing a let's play on it because I am loving it, absolutely loving it. So they completely revamped the spell system. Spells are customizable now to a certain extent. So if you take a look, your spells are bound to your different weapons here. So you can see I got a couple of different weapons, and each of the different weapons, we take a look at the spells here, they have different schools of magic. So blast, area of effect, and pretty much all of them that I've seen so far have utility and self on this side. So if we rotate through them, you can see that we changed here to area of effect, and then projectile, self, and utility. We changed to this one. We have projectile, beam, self, and utility. So that's one layer of customization. And then you have your base essence, which is arcane, that you don't need anything for. All of your spells straight out of the box are going to be arcane. Then you can actually use other essences that you can find around the world to change the type of spell. So if we, let's grab Pest Wand here. We'll just grab Solomon's Wand, and then we'll grab some light essence, and I'll grab some nature's essence because I have tons of those. So then what we'll do is we'll just, I'll unequip this wand here, and we will equip that, and then we'll come over here. Now you can see I have the arcane beam and the bark skin on this currently. So if we just do this and we click this slot here and we craft spell, that gives us arcane missile. We click this and we click this and then we click this, that gives us arcane beam. And that's pretty much how you go about crafting these. Now, if you want to change the base essence of the spell, so for example, light, we can just drag that, drop it over there. Now, if we take, now default, that gave us arcane beam. Now, if we click that beam and we click this one and we have the light essence in here and we click craft, that gives us grace. It's a healing per second beam. Same thing if we swap to something different. So if we just swap to this and we click this one here and we craft it, that gives us the missile. But if we drop in the, let's do a nature's essence, and we click this one here for projectile and craft it, that gives us Roots of Wrath. So that's 2 layers of the system. Then there's a third layer where you can drop in items here. Now, if I highlight over the mushrooms here, you see down at the very bottom, it says adds 2% range to crafted spells. So if I drag one of these mushrooms over here, and then I craft the, what was this, the bolt or whatever it is, with this in this slot. Now, actually, let me show you beforehand. So if I craft it, highlight over it, 37 to 55 damage. We do it again with a mushroom in there, craft it. Now you can see it has a little modifier that says its range is extended by 2%. So while it's not super in-depth from what I've seen so far, there's just those 3 layers, and a lot of the weapons overlap with the different things that they have. Like more than one weapon will have a beam, or more than one weapon will have the projectile. There's a lot of customization in the different aspects you can add to it. So far, I've seen the range, the energy, which if I highlight over you can see down at the bottom right-hand corner of the tooltip, it says 1,500. That's the durability on the spell from my understanding until you have to recraft it again, I think, or the item breaks. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't actually wore out a spell yet, but you can increase that amount. And I've also seen bleed, and then we have leech on bones. Those are the ones I've found so far as modifiers, but you can tweak those things to customize your spell just a little bit here and there to make pretty much infinite number of customizations between the different players in the game, which I think is really cool compared to the very basic spell system they had when the game first released into early access. So then we're going to swap. I'm just going to swap back to the stuff that I had here, and I'm just going to deposit all of that. Also, you can tame animals. So if I swap to this one here, I have this beam. Can I just use this on you, fella? Nope, I can't use it because you're already tamed. Anyway, I've tamed a few animals here. I have a horse, I have the pig, and I have the bird. Let me see if I can. Okay, we got a guy right here I can show you taming. So if you look at his image there on his health bar, and I do this, you can see that little blue line start to fill up there. That's his tame meter, I guess. So you have to hold this on them and basically not take damage, which isn't as hard as you would think because you eventually get the ability to fly with a broom. So you can see here we're flying and he can't really get us. So we can just easily hover over top of him or chase him down if he decides to run, because some of them do run, and tame him like that, which is pretty cool. So I'm just going to murder him real quick. This is a dark spell that I'm about to use, and it uses health instead of mana. So if we do that, I freaking love that. And you can see that my pets leveled up. They also level up if they're close by when you kill stuff. So they gain the experience you gain when you kill things. So you can see my horse is level 13, he's level 5, and the bird is level 9. And they're not shy about flight. There's a bunch of different ways you can fly. You can tame different animals like dragons and apparently giant eagles from what I've heard, and you can fly on those. You can also craft a broom. As you see, that uses mana as we're flying along here, and there's different ones of those that you can use to fly. And there's also a potion that you can craft and use to fly as well. I think that is found in here. Yeah, the essence of wings. So if I highlight over that, you can see that it allows for basic flight capabilities at a high mana cost. Other than that, those few things, the game is pretty much what you would expect from a crafting base building survival game. As you can see, this is my base that I've built. The base building hasn't changed much from the early access, and it leaves a little bit to be desired, but I also feel like I've kind of been spoiled on Conan's building system, because Conan's building system is by far superior to any other game out there on the market right now. So if I click this here, you can see I can just scroll through here and select the different things. So if I want to build a foundation, I do that. And now I'm building foundations, and I would just click and build, click and build, click and build, as long as I have resources to build said thing. But there's no control over it, and it's a little frustrating. So this is your control. This is it. You snap to the different areas, but you can't rotate through snap points. You can't rotate the object, and it's a little frustrating. Like I said, it leaves a little bit to be desired. That's why you see I have a very rudimentary crappy base right now that just gets the job done, because I just don't have the patience to deal with not the best. I mean, it works. Don't get me wrong. It works. You point at what you want to build at like this. It wasn't nearly as hard to get these stairs here as you would think, but it wasn't as easy as Conan. So that's about. If you haven't played Conan and you're watching this video and you don't know what I'm talking about, and you're a builder, you're missing out. But yeah, that's the best thing I have to describe it to, and I know a majority of you watching this are Conan fans, so I can relate to you with the building system that way. As far as gathering goes, it's pretty. I like the way they did gathering. It's pretty awesome. So you can just stand in one spot and you use this extraction beam. And this is it. So you can just hang out here, and the extraction beam has a pretty decent range. Who is attack? Really? Trying to do stuff here. You want some too? Trying to have a tutorial here, or a video here showing people stuff, and freaking pigs want to attack me. Anyway, so this is it. You just stand here till this tree is gone, and then we just, let's harvest this rock, and then I'm gonna do this. So it's really cool because you can just stand in a rather clustered area, watch some YouTube on your phone or on another monitor, and just hang out and just point and click at things and hold it down and harvest till your inventory is full, and then move on. You can also pick stuff off the ground like that. And they've added farming as well. There's farm plots. I haven't got into that, so I can't talk about that a whole lot right now. Let's see what else. There's just so much to try to cover in just one episode or 20-minute video that it's kind of difficult. Because there's a lot to the game, and it's like I said, I've been playing it, as you can see, a good bit here. It is rather grindy. I would advise playing on an unofficial server or single player, because I started with official settings, like default settings. It's very, very, very grindy, but you can crank those settings up and make it less grindy, which is kind of nice. So let's go in and I'll show you my stats and leveling up. So when you have a level, it does this when you enter your inventory, and then you can place the points of what you want to, level up, and it shows you. If I put a point, I'm going to get plus 20 health, put a point in this, 20 mana, put a point in this, carry away this damage. I'm leveling damage right now because I want to hit like a truck, so we're going to put a point in there. But I have additional points because I have that, jumped up right now to a much higher points per level. So I'm going to spend those additional points. We're going to put one in there, and we're going to finish putting some points there in damage. So if you have more to level up, you can just level them there like that. You get 4 different weapon slots, so you can switch out. So it gives you a total of 8 different spells that you can have at any time. Then you get 2 trinket slots. I have a ring and a broom. I don't really like the way they did the trinkets, because you can only have one active at a time. So if I'm flying, I can't have my ring, which helps me regenerate mana faster. I have to land and then hit Y to swap to my ring, and now I'm getting the bonuses from my ring, but I can't fly. The other thing I don't really like too much is, and a lot of games do this, but I don't like it when they do it with the crafting system. As far as drops go, like if you're killing a monster and you get a drop, like if this hat was to drop and it had random stats on it, that's great, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. But when it comes to crafting and getting the random stats, it's slightly annoying, because then you're just crafting over and over and over again until you get the stats that you want. Now, they do have a deconstruction machine, so you can deconstruct items that you've crafted, but still, it's kind of like they already have the system for modifiers for the spells. I would really like to see them add that system to crafting as well, so you can add the modifiers to the stuff, because you can see my armor here has different modifiers. My hat has crit chance, magic find percentage, which I'm not 100% sure what that does yet, and additional mana, and my woodland cloth tunic gives me mana and health, and then my boots give me movement speed, magic find percentage, crit chance, and health. They also appear to have durability. If you look down at the bottom right-hand corner, you can see it says 47 of 47, and apparently things need to be repaired, but I have yet to lose durability on things, so I'm not 100% sure how that works. I've gotten hit plenty wearing this outfit and have not taken any durability loss, so I don't know if that's a bug. And none of my items here, you can see that this also has durability. This has durability. I've been using them like crazy. The only thing that is going down is the spells. The spell's energy, which I assume is spell durability, is going down. So I don't know if when that finally completes, the item just breaks and you have to repair it. I'm not 100% sure yet how that works, but you can see even my ring has durability. So does the broom. They all appear to have durability. I'm assuming that's what that 3333 is down there in the bottom right-hand corner. If we take a look at the map here, let's zoom out and we'll just kind of, oh, okay, we're at the bottom. So you have 3 starting locations. This is one, this is one, this is one. And then the map, I guess, just gets harder the more you move forward, similar to Conan Exile. So like as you go up in the map, it gets more difficult. And as you see, the map is covered by fog of war. So you have to explore it to see what the map looks like and see new locations. You can see I have some locations that are showing up on the map map right now. I'm not sure why these show up, but oh, I don't want to put a marker. You can also put a marker. I'm not sure why those are showing up, but I can't see the area. But then if I go up a little bit, you can see I don't see any up in here. So I'm not 100% sure. I guess when you get within a certain radius, they just show up whether you've unlocked it on the map or not. And then, of course, you can put markers. So I want to check this out, and I had a marker here, so I'm just going to put the marker back there. And then, of course, that shows up in the world, so I can see it right there and just follow it. It's weird that it's not showing up at the top of the compass, but your home shows up at the top of the compass, and your home is managed by the throne, and that's also how decay is managed. So you can see there, my throne has taken some damage there. You have to repair it or just destroy it and place another one. That's basically how you claim the base as your own. And I think that's about it. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good brief to give you all an idea of the game overall, just give you kind of a brief idea of what it's all about. I can tell that they really just want you to have fun, and they're not worried about a lot of the little details. Other survival games worry about, like, for example, fall damage. They give you the ability to fly relatively early on. I got the broom pretty early, but I wasn't able to craft it till just now because I was having problems finding the stuff that I needed to craft it. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's a lot of fun. I played it for a good bit yesterday, and I'm really enjoying it, and I want to continue to play it and just become a pretty powerful mage. Check out all the different spells. There's more essences out there than what I showed you. I know that there is a storm essence. I saw it in one of the recipes. Other than that, I'm not sure. They allude to ice and fire essences, so I'm not sure what all else is out there besides that, but it's pretty cool. Like I said, I'm really enjoying it, and if you have a couple of extra dollars to spend and you like what you see, you should totally check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. And per the usual, there will be a link for the game in the description. If it goes to the Humble store, it helps support the channel. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my Elite Crew Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.